I also think a really big part of adulting being hard is like honestly the comparison aspect. I think when we were younger, like I used to be like, oh my gosh, like 25 is so old.
Yeah.
Like by then, like you're gonna have a stable job, like a steady income, like you're gonna be in a relationship, and like all these expectations of like where you should be. Just like as we like actually approach the life stage that like we've always talked about, I think like it's kind of like having to let go of those expectations of yourself and like understand that like everything is still a work in progress.
For sure.
But it's kind of gross because I've noticed that I've started to use
GM?
NFT lingo in my daily life. So we're going to stop that.
Like what? Other than GM? I feel like when I text you,
right,
a couple days ago, you were like, good morning. And I was like, GM.
Oh yeah, you did. You definitely did. But like shill is one of those words where it means to like,
don't tell me.
Okay.
Like chill?
No.
Shill is like she will?
No, because there's no females in the space. Go on.
Shill. Okay, like can you give me like more context? Like more context,
okay,
please?
do you want me to use it in a sentence?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, he was totally shilling his project to me.
Ooh, like elevator pitch.
Yeah.
Shilling.
Yeah.
Oh, like, okay, so like selling,
yes.
but shilling.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. And so I've like started to use that in my daily language, and I'm like, ew, why can't I just be a normal human being?
How would you use that in your, like, or are people pitching themselves to you at all times?
Honestly, yeah, it happens a lot. And then
we're just an entrepreneurial generation. What can I say?
Yeah. And then, you know, in our context, I'll be like, I'm gonna show the heck out of my podcast tonight.
Ooh, I love that.
Like when we're going to events and all of that stuff. So
which we went to a couple, yeah.
Dude, we've been doing a lot.
There is something in my eye.
Oh, it's eyelash.
Are you gonna?
I got it.
Wow, amazing! She legit got it.
I got it, guys.
I thought you were gonna poke my eyeball. Wow, and because like look at her nails, you know what I mean? They're so long. Wow, you got it.
I got it.
Thank you so much.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate you.
I would have you blow on it, but there's some eye boogers attached to it, so it's sticking to my finger.
Okay, let me give it a little good rub. Okay. Yes. So what was I saying?
We've been going to a lot of events.
We have been, and I think our most recent event was quite the night.
Yeah.
You know, I'm really not, like, I cannot guarantee what side of me you're gonna get.
Okay.
I don't know myself either. Like sometimes we'll go out and I will definitely not have an issue being out past 12, and then other nights I'm like cranky starting like 9:55. You know what I mean? Yeah. I like, because I feel like 10 is I'm already in it. So when do I start getting cranky? Probably a little bit before 10 o'clock.
Oh, that makes sense.
You know, so that's why I say 9:55.
Okay.
But yeah, a couple days ago, we were invited by our friend Max to an event at Inner Crew.
Yeah.
Which I think it's crazy because I feel like I have been invited to, like, you know, one or two events where like it was at Inner Crew, but I just never made it out. And so it was my first time going to Inner Crew.
Yeah. And if you guys don't know what that is, it's like a loungy type like event, club, bar space, but also a restaurant because my mom has eaten there.
Yes.
Yeah, but they host a lot of like after parties, album release parties there. So
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I was expecting more like get like a little hint of arena and drop it in Inner Crew. Like I was expecting it to be a little bit more dancey.
Like more ratchet.
Yeah, essentially. But it's like really not.
It's like not at all.
It seems like the restaurant vibes are stronger there.
Oh, yeah. But it's also kind of strange because I was imagining eating there while this album release party was going on.
How would you like if you went with somebody, like I don't know if you guys would be talking or if you guys you'd literally you'd be this close and screaming at each other.
No, exactly. It was I don't know if it's the best like place to eat.
Yes.
But it was a good night. We started off because I found parking.
Yes. For a hot sec, Hannah thought she lost her parking jeans.
Wait.
Right?
Okay, because I don't know if you guys saw on Instagram, but I was crying because I couldn't find parking in my neighborhood. I literally drove around for 30 minutes.
Yeah, but on that day too, I parked like 2 blocks. And not like the block, like the mini blocks, like, you know, the longer blocks. The long blocks. Yeah, I parked 2 blocks above it, and Hannah picked me up.
Yeah.
When I got to her place.
No, because everyone's been parking like a like a dick.
Like a meanie.
Yeah, like a meanie. Everyone's been parking like a meanie because they'll take 2 spots and just park their car in the middle, and that's fine if you're like saving a spot for like your housemate or whatever. Yeah. But the thing is, like, I'll come out like later. Yeah. No, nobody's using the second spot, and so I'm like, I'm about to put up signs. Yeah. I'm about to be that lady on Nextdoor app being like, don't park like a meanie.
I think we should make like brochures or like business cards. You know how people like stick stuff on your
like window.
Windshield. Is it windshield? Yeah. I think we should, like, when you see it, stick one in there, and they'll be like, oh my god, and then I'll catch their eyes. Oh. We should make it really pretty.
Oh, okay. You know? Okay. Nice, like, and
stop
aesthetic.
Parking like a dick. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Exactly.
But yeah, so I was surprised because, as you know, I've expressed multiple times, finding parking, you guys, gives me a lot of anxiety, especially when there are people in my car, right? And so I was like, oh, like knowing me, I would have just paid for valet, right, at Intercrew. But we, maybe on our second circle, it really wasn't like, it wasn't too long, but on our second circle, you guys, Hannah was just at the right place at the right time, found street parking, and we didn't even need to pay, right? Because it was like after hours. Yeah. But she has so much parking, jeans, that even the car behind the spot she parked in was also leaving. So 2 spots left for her. And if you guys know K-Town, like, it was, you parked across like the Hangari Plaza, the boiling crab. And
is that 7th? Is that 6th?
I'm gonna go with 7th.
Okay, yeah, I think it's 7th as well.
I think it's 7th. Yeah. But I've never parked there before. I've never seen anyone parking there before. So the fact that your parking, jeans, allowed 2 cars to move, I thought that it was gonna be a good night, you know? So it was gonna be a good night. And then we were walking, and we were also at the right place or I don't want to call it at the right place at the right time, but we were at the place at the time. Okay. Like, just what are the odds that I run into somebody that I know from school? Okay. But you guys, I know you guys know when you guys see somebody approaching and you're not too fond of them, let's just say, like, you know, actually you're different, which we briefly talked about. Yes. Okay, if I was alone and Hannah wasn't with me, I probably would have just been looking at my phone like pretending like I didn't see them, but I clearly saw them type of thing, right? Which I think that person did, because we were engaged in a conversation and I didn't know it was this person until we were like this close passing. Here. Like, literally this close passing. Yeah. So I was like, you know, right, I was thinking, and I was like, and it was just such a sudden pass that
you didn't have time to react.
I couldn't even like, if I wanted to, if I had the chance, been like, oh hey,
what's up? Long time no see.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have asked what's up. Oh my gosh, I don't even know what I would have said.
It would have been like, it wouldn't have been like, how are you? Because it's
I don't care. Yeah. It probably was like, oh my gosh, like, what are you doing here?
What are you doing here? And she's like, I live here.
Oh, do you at the apartments? But anyways, I probably, if I was alone, I was like, thank goodness you were with me, but just at the place at the time, where I feel like if it was you and we ran into somebody that like you knew,
I would definitely say hi, because like I've had so many situations, right, where like I'll run into a friend's ex or like people that I don't really like mess with, and I'm going to say hi. Yeah. Like, no matter what, because to be honest, I'm like, I would rather not deal with the awkwardness of like being like, oh, I know we both saw each other and chose not to say hi. Like I think it's a part of me almost being like, I'm gonna be the bigger person. Like, I'm gonna make the other person feel bad and be so friendly. Yeah. You know?
I want to be the bigger person in initiating, but I'm not confident that I can fully execute. Like, I am confident that I can be the first person to be like, hi, but there you are. But that's it. Yeah. Like, I don't have the confidence to be able to have like a friendly like you know, like, hey, like hold a conversation after the hi.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
And I feel like it'd be more awkward if we like saw the person, I was like, oh my god, hi. Okay, like, bye. Like, I'm leaving now. Yeah. So starting off with the parking real strong, and then like an encounter that really just, I was just like, so like what?
No, you were shook.
I was shook.
You like straight up, we were having this conversation.
I was shook.
And then she goes, oh my God, I know that person.
I didn't pay attention. Like, I don't know what we were talking. I don't even remember what we were talking about before that. Now.
And then I was continuing the conversation with you,
like, and
nothing.
Yeah.
You were still stuck on. Oh my God, I know that person.
If you ever see the loading sign on a human, I probably, like, my face probably was like the loading sign. Like, literally, my face was the loading sign. Like,
for sure.
Yeah. So I had to text a friend right away to express this feeling of, oh my gosh, guess who I just ran into. But anyways, we get there, and yeah, it was really fun, right? Like, what was your favorite moment of the night?
My favorite,
actually, like, at Inner Crew, because the night was longer than Inner Crew.
My favorite moment at Inner Crew. Oh, okay. So, like, there is this local K-Town celebrity. Okay. Yes. And I used to, like,
also, like, he didn't grow up here.
I think he did. I don't know. I have no idea. But he is, like, the local,
the face of K-Town.
Yeah. And like, I'm always at events where he's at, right?
Yes.
And so I used to, like, make jokes about how, like, I'm obsessed with this dude. Like, oh my God. Like, just me fangirling. But in reality, I'm like, oh,
the biggest dick.
I literally don't care about you. Like, I just am so indifferent.
Yeah.
And then, so I was, like, talking to this girl, and like, she wasn't giving me much to work with, to be honest, in our conversation. So I was like, okay, whatever. And then local celebrity comes in. Well, let's call him Mr. K-Town. Okay. Mr. K-Town.
I love that. Okay.
Comes into the conversation, and he introduces himself to me, and then he's like, oh, hi again, to the girl next to me. And he is just, like, kind of, like, talking, like, how are you? She's also not giving him much to work with. Like, even less than what she was giving me. And I was just like, okay.
And I was not, like, I was.
You were talking to other people.
I know, you guys were right here. Like, I remember sitting down, and you guys were sitting right here. Okay. Yeah.
And so I'm just, like, in this conversation, I'm like, right? Because, like, I don't know what the heck to say. Because, to be honest, he was introducing himself to me as a formality. He does not care who the heck I am. So I was like, whatever. I'm just going to stand here. He's, like, trying to have this conversation. He's kind of fumbling. And then he's like, oh, like, we should hang out sometime. And I like, looked to her, and she goes, and I was like, holy shit.
So
and
he was flirting with, or trying to flirt with her.
He was trying to do something with her. She was not having it. But it's so funny because you know that she knows what he's trying to do. You know what I mean? And she, like, I feel like most, I don't want to say most, but I feel like a lot of girls would just be like, yeah. Like, it's like the, oh yeah, we should totally hang out sometime. But she literally just scrunches her nose and starts laughing. And I was like, oh my God. It's like him going down in flames. And then, like, I think, like, 2 seconds after that, he was like, okay, I'm going to go now. I was like,
so then you know that she knows, and she knows. Wait, this is kind of confusing. And he knows that she don't want to.
That she's not into
and now
it.
You guys all know.
Yeah.
That he knows. That she knows. Does that make sense? Y'all know that he knows that she knows that she don't want to, and y'all know. Y'all know. Did you guys keep up?
You know.
Yeah.
So that was definitely my highlight.
Yes. But let's see what else happened. Drinks were just so difficult to get.
Dude, like, we were standing at the bar for like 30 minutes.
Here's the thing, is like the bartenders are also like, I don't want anyone to get offended. I don't want to like say that they're customer service, but like it's like, a service. Don't like I'm never trying to be rude to a bartender, right? Like just because I'm like by the place, like I'm not like where's my order, right? So you have to be like kind. But when you see other people, like for example, Mr. K-Town swooped in. Right?
Yeah.
But I was definitely there way before him, and he just kind of like, he literally wiggled his way in. Like literally wiggled and was like, and then, you know,
and
maybe she knows he's Mr. K-Town. I don't know. So maybe there's that perk. But and it was like, I guess another guy too. Do you remember like she was making somebody's like 4 orders, and
I remember.
Well, maybe he drinks a lot, so she already knew his order and like got him the order, and there were like 2 people for like an entire after party, right, making drinks. So okay, that took kind of a while, but you guys, we saw another celebrity, and
And I didn't know. I had no idea. I didn't see her. Julie was the one who saw her.
Yeah, she was eating. So she was eating dinner. At Inner Crew.
Yeah.
And I remember we were just like walking past the table, and I was like, that girl really looks like. But I couldn't remember the name, right? I was like, she looks like a Korean celebrity that usually plays like the mean like side character person.
Okay.
Like I've never seen her in a drama where she's the main character. Yeah, she's like the mean one. Usually like the mean one that does the evil stuff. And then a friend we had made at the event was like, oh yeah, like Clara's in the restroom. And I was like, oh, that's her name. That's her name.
Yeah, and we were freaking out because Julie was like, I swear that's a famous celebrity. I just don't know if that's like actually her or if that's just a girl with a lot of plastic surgery. And I was like, oh my gosh. And the friend was like, Clara is here. And then I look at Julie and I was like, oh my God, you were right.
Yes. So seeing her was quite exciting. She walks kind of funny, but maybe she was drunk. I don't know.
I think she was really drunk.
Yeah.
I think she was like really drunk.
Yeah. I think her name is Clara. Maybe she's also from LA. I think she's from LA too. Kind of sort of.
Wait, sorry. How did you get LA from Clara?
Do you think a Korean celebrity would just choose like an English name as their like celebrity name?
Oh, let's see. You know, I have no idea.
She's a British actress.
Oh, really? Wait, that's actually...
Oh my gosh, she was born in Switzerland.
She's like international, bae.
Oh, that is so cool. She's so skinny and pretty and so then that and then but my absolute favorite part of the day was meeting another Korean person. We should also mention why we were there, right?
Oh yeah. So there's this artist named Woosung. Yeah, Woosung.
Yes.
And he was having
his album Moth.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That's all I could tell you.
To be completely honest, guys, I have no idea. I've never listened to this artist in my life. Was it an album release party? Was it a tour party?
I thought it was like a tour conclusion party.
Oh, okay.
Like, what do you call those?
A tour. It's definitely not tour. Dude, come up with the lamest name possible. Tour conclusion party.
Yeah, it was a tour finale. A tour finale.
Yeah.
A tour finale after party. I don't know. It was something like that, I think. But there was like a pretty heavy like international presence there, I think. Right? Because I met an artist from Singapore.
And
I can't remember
Taiwan,
his name.
You said. Oh, I found them all on Instagram.
You
did?
Worry.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, great.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I also met this CEO who owns also the friend that we met, whose name is also Hana. She was
Love
like,
her so much.
Yeah, I told her how I worked at a avatar company, and she was like, oh, have you heard of I'm Appoki, right? And I was like, no, what is that? And she showed me, and it's the cutest avatar ever because, well, number one, it's very pink and that's very me.
Yeah.
But she was like, oh yeah, the founder is here. So, we were just going about the night, and then we finally like meet the dude, and he's just so gentle and sweet looking.
Like, no, yeah, truly. I was like, teddy bear.
But they're like kind of like people that kind of could look like him, but like give off like mean, scary vibes.
Oh,
But he was like
so nice.
Like looks like that, but is so nice.
Yeah,
and so
nice.
Gentle.
Yeah.
So just so kind.
Wearing his little Stussy flannel.
Yeah. Had a little like goatee, like action going.
Oh.
Very clean, fresh haircut. I don't know if you saw the back of his hairline. It was very clean. It was like crisp.
To be completely honest, I like feel like I don't really look too much at people's faces when I have to stand really close to them, right? Because it's a bar setting. Because like I have to look way up, so that's why I only get what shirt they're wearing. Like I can't even tell you what his face looks like.
Really? No, it was kind of round. He's very tan.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like for people like. Okay, well now we're making like very long eye contact, but I feel like for people
Julie's avoiding eye contact with me.
I'm gonna look at Frank Ocean. But for people I don't know, I feel like I do not have an issue looking them in the eye.
Why is it different for people that you know though?
No, it's not different. It's just now that we're talking about it. Now you're just gonna be looking at me like this the entire time.
I'm gonna be giving what's her face? Who was the one that was canceled from Singles Inferno? Chia.
Because she made prolonged eye contact?
No. Like, I don't know if you remember the series, but like, I think one of her biggest flirting things is her eye contact. So I'm going to be channeling her. She also made her comeback. Did you see that?
Good for her.
Yeah.
I'm really happy for her.
I'm happy for her too, to be honest. Everything was way overblown. Like, I don't know why they made it such a huge deal.
Me too. I felt really bad.
I felt bad for her.
And I feel like canceling it's mean. I don't know how else to say it. Well, because I feel like we're always promoting like inclusivity and like
people have the capacity to grow and change.
Yeah. So two comments about that. Like, so why are we canceling her? Like, I just like, what? Who cares? Yeah. Like, who cares, right? Like, okay, so maybe she should have been a little bit transparent, but also like, does she owe us that? Like, I don't think she owes anybody. Like,
no, yeah.
Like, if you thought it was cute and you find out it's fake, like, then just go buy one for yourself. Like, yeah. I think maybe like the bigger brands could be upset potentially, and she probably won't get those deals. But like, why are we canceling her for like? Right, that's why we canceled her. Yeah, like, not we, but like I never canceled her. But she can't. She like what? She disappeared. Oh yeah. Literally, her YouTube. Like, I felt so bad. Like, I did see a snippet of her apology video, and the fact that like people have to go on and like apologize, I just think it's kind of crazy.
It's a lot. She's been doing a lot of charity work, but like,
good for her.
But like, she doesn't tell people about it, which I think is the best PR.
Yeah. Oh, exactly.
Like, let people find out on their own.
Though, just like, because if people do that,
you said doo-doo.
I always found it very difficult during like when you had to write, but it's, sometimes when you have to write that twice.
Yeah.
I can't remember in what context, but there are times when you have to write that twice.
Yeah. And
I always got very confused, like, oh my God, how do I write this without being like marked down for writing that twice?
Oh, but it's a thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a thing. But going back to not my avatar, but his avatar, I thought it was so funny because then the next day I told my boss all about it.
Okay.
And I was telling him how I thought it was so funny that the CEO of this company, and it's like a full-blown company with artists and a talent team, and like it's a huge company. I looked it up, came up. I think it's still one of the tabs right here. Boom. Because I was looking at it, and it's so funny that I noticed the rigging in the avatar,
dude.
And I told my boss that, oh yeah, so the friend that I went with though, she like the first thing she like noticed and caught was the fashion brands that they collabed with. And I mean, I noticed it too, but it would have just been like, oh, it's like a hip like fashion wear that the avatar was dressed in,
right?
But you noticed the two brands
that were
collaborated with the clip that he showed us, and I noticed the movement of the avatar, and I thought that was pretty funny.
Well, you know what's crazy actually is like a couple days ago now, Pharrell, 21 Savage, and Tyler the Creator, they came out with a new song.
Oh, they did?
And they
BTS
have a music
came
video
out with a new song.
Oh, I didn't listen. I didn't listen yet.
I haven't listened either.
Oh, okay.
I just saw it.
Oh, okay. But the music video, it's like animated, but it's like animated in a stop motion type of thing.
Okay.
And
I'm telling you that
I started comparing the sneak peek of the music video that he showed us versus this one, and I was like, I understand rigging.
Yeah. I it's crazy because I attended another event, like a virtual webinar by The Information. So like the HMO, not HMO.
By The Information? Sorry, I'm really confused. What? Who is The Information?
I don't know. The Information is some company.
Oh, it's a company.
Yeah, some like big company with a lot of information, I guess. So not the HMO. The HMO is a health plan, everybody. with the CMO of YouTube and somebody from like Pinterest. Like they were all like a panel, and the CMO from YouTube was saying, oh, when you like launch a new product, like test it out in Asia first. And if it succeeds, it's going to succeed. And then, if it doesn't blast off in Asia, it's like not going to work.
You know what's crazy is I remember when I would take business classes, they would say that for APAC? Australia. They said really? Test everything in Australia. And so I wonder if it's shifted.
Really? Yeah. Australia?
Yeah. Isn't that so random? The example that people give is Starbucks. Starbucks did not.
Wait.
Starbucks, what? I think. Did Starbucks do well there?
Starbucks founded in Seattle, Washington.
I think I'm
in
lying.
Australia.
Please, guys, I learned all of this in 2015. Just ignore me. Go ahead.
Well, no, I was just thinking. I was like, they seem much more developed in
Asia,
the Web3 avatar space.
Oh yeah,
in Asia.
Oh yeah,
than the US. Yeah, that was just the highlight. Was just to meet this CEO. so accomplished.
Guys,
has a company there.
Julie was kissing his business card, not in front of him, because that would be a little weird.
Oh yeah, I still have it with me.
Okay, well, I took a photo just in case you lose it.
I showed it to my boss, and he took it for a second, and I got kind of like separation anxiety from from the card.
Emotional support business card.
Yeah. Oh wait, we didn't even talk about the highlight of the night, you guys.
I know. Okay, like so that was highlight of inner crew, right?
Highlight
and
of
then
inner
moving
crew.
on to the night, because it wasn't over there.
Yeah.
Julie had the wonderful suggestion. Oh, it wasn't a suggestion. She went.
It was like
I want tacos.
Yeah. Like it was like I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna really hope that you agree with my statement.
Right. Like I'm on the same page.
Let's go get tacos.
Yeah.
Because I feel like now that I've moved to the west side and I'm close, like I don't feel bad about like being out late, and I feel like the first couple LA nights out was defined by going out and then going to El Flamin'.
Yeah.
But tell me why, of all the times, which is a good handful of times, I've never noticed what I noticed this most recent time.
Okay, well, firstly, they added a second truck, and I was really freaking confused.
Yes.
Because now the El Pastor is in the second truck. So, warning to all of you guys. Also, if you guys don't know, El Flamin' is a taco truck on Vermont. Thank you so much. You can park in the Jack in the Box parking lot.
Or the Walgreens.
Yes, and it is cash only. So, go there.
Or you can park behind the truck too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But we went. The prices definitely went up.
Dude.
We got 4 tacos and a molito for $16.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Is that normal? You think the molito was a lot?
I never order molito, so I don't know.
Like, because even though the taco, I think it's $2.50 a taco. Right?
Dude, I was trying, I came home 10. And I was trying to do the math, and I was like, if it was...
Do you need to rip this off?
No.
Because they don't even give you a receipt.
El Flamin' wouldn't. I trust them.
I do trust them too.
Yeah. Okay, but anyway, so we ordered all that.
Very expensive. We go there, we're like 39.
Oh my god. Go! Guys, for reference, the only Spanish words I know are pantalones, zapatos, rojo.
Zapatos? Zapato?
Zapato.
Is that a hot sauce?
No.
What's a zapato? Why do I know a zapato?
It is shoes.
Zapatos. Oh.
It's shoes. And the pantalones is pants.
It's a t-shirt.
You see? I didn't get the full outfit.
I know the panaderia. You know the panaderia?
Is that the bread?
Yes, the bakery.
The bakery.
Yeah, the bakery.
And so I don't know, or I don't remember any of the Spanish numbers. Spanish numbers. Yeah. I don't remember any of the numbers
in Spanish.
The numbers in Spanish. And so
they're saying a number, but
I'm looking so intensely at the receipt, and I was like, we're 39. I don't know what 39 is.
But why were they laughing at us?
Well, it's because like they started saying a number, right? And I go 39. I'm like 39, and then I like go up, and then I show them, and they're like, no.
Oh, because the man behind us started walking towards the door, but okay, so then they were laughing at us, but then we started laughing at them. Because you guys, they were like definitely siblings.
Yeah.
Like copy paste nose.
Yeah.
And it was like the cutest. It was like the cutest. You know the nose? Like, I'm not being mean, you guys. It's just like what it reminded me of. You know the recent Disney movie where the dad like disappears and the 2 brothers go on the broomstick and try to find the dad?
No.
Does somebody fart?
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about with the blue hair?
I have absolutely no clue.
Blue hair. Do you think it's gonna pop up?
Maybe.
Find dad. Onward.
What, Onward? I have not seen this.
Didn't they look like that?
Oh my god, you were so fucking funny. Yeah, they did.
They did look like that. They looked like the Onward characters, you guys.
Yeah, and so just envision us, right? At the taco truck, waiting for our tacos. They start laughing at us because I have no idea what the heck Spanish numbers are.
Yes.
And then they're laughing at us, right? And then I'm looking at them, and then
because there was one guy, but then I think you saw that there was a girl, and then
right
it was like the guy's face on the girl.
No, and they were both laughing in the same exact way. Yeah. And then we go, oh, they're definitely siblings.
Yes. And then our tacos come out, and okay, tell me why. Okay, so Max and Hannah are facing me, and I'm facing them, right?
Right. And you're looking at the car wash.
Yes. Yeah. And no, I was like,
Oh,
no, you were facing the car wash.
I was facing the car wash, and I go,
and yeah, you were like, don't look back, don't turn around.
I was like, don't look over there.
Yeah, don't turn around.
Yeah.
So tell me why. Okay, if somebody were to tell you like, don't turn around, like you would think, I don't know. My first thought was, oh my God, there's a naked man peeing. Like that was literally my first thought. Like, oh, there's like a homeless man, or I don't know, there's like a man doing some dirty, right? That's literally my first thought. I mean, we live in LA, right? Like that's my first thought. Yeah. So I'm just kind of oblivious. I'm like, oh my God. But you know, when you say that to it, you're kind of curious. And so like somehow we shift 90 degrees. Yeah. So now we're both perpendicular to the trucks, right?
Yeah.
Perpendicular to the sidewalk.
Yeah.
And at the corner of my eye, I literally see these rats frolicking. Like there's no better word than to describe them as frolicking. Dude. They were not running, they were not walking, they were literally like jumping, like it was like it reminded me of Cinderella a little bit, you know, like 12 o'clock, like all the mice come out, like,
oh God.
Okay, actually, and they were not mice, they were like rats. They weren't as big as rats.
They were pretty. Oh, well, yeah. I feel like they weren't as big because they got some air.
Yeah.
You know, like they were truly like, ooh, like they were having a grand time. I was like, and wow.
This was also like the same moment as when we walked by the person before intercrew, because I don't remember how loudly I shrieked, but then the other families that were getting tacos, I do remember looking at them, making eye contact with all of them, and they were looking at us in our direction, and they were laughing.
Dude, they were laughing. And okay, I know you well enough. Literally prior to this,
should I check my heart rate for that day?
Yeah, you absolutely should. Wait, I don't think you were wearing your Apple Watch then, though.
Oh, I definitely was.
Oh, you were?
I definitely was.
You
Don't
was?
judge me. Yeah, okay. I was. I definitely was.
Well, earlier that day, you banned me from saying the first part of the roach.
Why you gotta say the roach?
Roach?
Like so, like softer, like roach.
Oh my gosh. Okay. And so I knew that you would be freaking out. So that's why I told you not to look over there. Yes. And then she proceeds to look over there. Of course.
Okay, I think this doesn't take too long, but I'll let you know next check-in. Like, because my heart, I like there were like 5 rats, you guys, and every time like we would talk in the corner, and they were fast. Like they would I think the reason I was so scared was because there was a gate, but I mean there was a substantial amount of space between the gate and the sidewalk. So who's to stop? What's to stop them from like coming under the gate, like onto just the sidewalk?
Well, they're scared of us, dude. There's no freaking way.
If they're scared of us, why'd they be out at like midnight? Ugh. Jumping around, literally jumping.
What if that's their home? How would you feel if someone was like, don't jump around your home? Yeah. So it was honestly a great night on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
Honestly,
on a Wednesday.
It's crazy the amount that I've been going out on weekdays. So
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. When else would you, right? But also, whatever. Like maybe that's less parking stress. It was great. It was fun.
Yeah, it was awesome. But other than that...
Yeah, talking about going out on a Wednesday as a 20-something-year-old, semi-adult, kind of adult, really adult.
That's really adult.
Are we really adult?
Yeah.
Let's talk about why adulting is hard.
Wait, yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Because I think this has been like a very recent thought, because I don't know if you guys have been keeping up, but your girl has been crying quite a bit. Mm-hmm. And I think it's just like life, you know? Like I'm starting to realize that like, I think when you're younger... you feel like, you know, when one thing goes wrong, it's like, oh my gosh, like just like I hate everything, like I don't want to do this. But then like adulting is just like, oh, everything's gonna go wrong all the freaking time. Mm-hmm. It's literally just problem solving your way through life.
Yeah. Ooh. Adulting is problem solving. What did you just say?
Your way through life.
Your way. Problem solving your way through life. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah, because
that is the theme of our topic, you guys.
Yeah, because straight up when it rains it pours, and it's just like every single day I'm like, what's it gonna be?
Yeah. I feel like it's been pouring quite often lately.
Yeah.
And I think another big theme of just why we find it so difficult is because when you're younger there aren't too many points of transition, meaning whether it be like with friends or like you're just regimented like schedules, or it's just
everything's laid out.
It's just it's laid out.
Yeah.
But I feel that now we're making decisions for ourselves, like whether it be like car issues. I mean, when you're a kid, you're not driving, right? So like car issues can be one. It can be like work related stuff, right? Your relationships within like the actual physical work, but like the people at work and the work environment, like all that stuff, but also moving out and, you know, just your dynamic with your family and friends and your significant other potentially. Like those are all points of transitions and things that are constantly changing.
Yeah.
So navigating through those stages of transition, I think, is what makes adulting so difficult.
Right. Because I think when things are like stable and like you kind of like find your routine, like it's good until there's another point of transition. Like it's just inevitable. And it's like, oh, let me readjust. And so it's just a lot of readjusting. And so like, I mean, yeah, car issues, I think like a lot of times my attitude towards them, it's like, oh, I just have to deal with it. Like it's no big deal.
Yeah.
But then there are certain days where I think there are other things going on in my life.
Yeah.
It's like car issues will set me off.
Yeah.
Because it's like, why why today? Like it's always the small things that like it's like the what is it, what's the, is it like the feather on top of a bunch of bricks, you know, like just that small
cherry on top.
I think it's I do think it's a feather on top of a bunch of bricks. Oh, it's like the you know, the scales and then you put like a feather and that's the one that like vroom.
Yeah, but what's the saying?
I don't know.
The feather on top of the many bricks. The situation is like the feather on top of many bricks.
I feel like you're queen of sayings. I think you should know it. This is not my fault. This is on you.
Yeah. But because I know exactly, or like I think the first one you're trying to go for was the needle.
On top of the haystack? In the haystack?
Is that the saying?
Yeah.
The needle on top of a haystack?
No. You have to find the needle in the haystack.
No,
that's
the saying. Not the. Oh.
And so that's not the saying. And so I started to pivot, and I was like, "What is the saying?"
Pivot. Yeah.
And so a lot of times like that will be like car issues for me.
I mean, I will be honest. I feel like when like bad situations happen, not that I'm like hard on myself, but I do think like it's not necessarily that they're unavoidable, because I also believe that things happen for a reason. But I think I'll get upset because of the thing that could have been avoided. To allow the event to not have happened.
Right. You start backtracking and it's like, oh, what could I have done? Yeah. Absolutely.
But also this reminds me of I'm telling you, if you still haven't watched 2521, many life lessons. Yeah. And I don't know, that part hit me so hard when the really smart valedictorian character, I can't remember her name. I can't remember the characters' names anymore. But I remember Peg 1. Which was not Peg 1, but Peg 1. But when she was telling her mom how she wanted to drop out of school, and when the mom will say, like, a part of adulting is being able to be flexible. Like when, almost imagine like a stick. You can't like be a stick, and when you hit something like hard, you can't just break, right? Then you're never gonna be able to figure things out, right? You need to be like that. You need to be able to be that gray sometimes in the middle. And so I think the issue is like, here's usually my thought process like lately is, right, I'll think, if I left 5 minutes earlier like I was supposed to, then maybe right, like
I wouldn't have been stressed about parking and
exactly right. Like it's like some of my moves previously could have been that, but it's also like, let's just say, like, God forbid, but like then, you know, somebody scratched your car, and you know, maybe they wouldn't have scratched my car if I came out 10 minutes earlier, right? But it's also being able to just accept it and not like lingering in those feelings of like, right, like putting myself in that bad mood like the entire day, like, oh, this happened, like, why did that happen, being just disgruntled about it the entire day, right? Because like it already happened, what are you gonna do about it?
No, it's a lot of like shoulda, woulda, coulda, like just move on. To be honest, like I think like that's when you start reliving things that are ultimately out of your control.
For sure.
I also think a really big part of like adulting being hard is like honestly the comparison aspect, right? Because like I think when we were younger, like I used to be like, oh my gosh, like 25 is so old. It's like by then like you're gonna have a stable job, like a steady income, like you're gonna be in a relationship, and like all these expectations of like where you should be. But like as we've like, you know, turned 25, you're not 25 yet, just yet, but just like as we like actually approach the life stage that like we've always talked about. I think like it's kind of like having to let go of those expectations of yourself and like understand that like everything is still a work in progress.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, I don't, correct me if I'm wrong, but like, you know, when you're younger and you have that kind of like friendly competition, it seems obtainable. Obtainable, yeah, right. Just because like the field is so similar, right? Like, what are you being compared with? Like, it's the SAT scores, it's the test averages, it's like the classes you're taking, right? Yeah. So it's like
if I just like work, like study harder, like that's all.
Yeah. Like it is still. It's just, yeah, it's like similar, and it's, if I wanted to, like, you could, kind of thing, right? But I think where the comparison gets kind of icky, like as an adult, is like, right, like if you do see somebody who is successful, it's like you're kind of like get envious of like the success, but it's like you wouldn't even have gone that route to get there anyways. And it's like comparison is the thief of joy, right? Like they went through their own passion, and it's just like the stages and the route is so different, right? But when you see where they're currently at, it seems like oh, why aren't I there? Yeah. But I don't know how to explain it. It's like, let's compare friends, like, or not that I want to compare it, but like, for example, like my route compared to our friend Priscilla, who is a nurse now, like it's just so different, right? And so the lifestyle and the scheduling of, right, like if she were ever to be upset about, oh, Julie gets like random days off, or like gets to go into the office at a certain hour when she has like graveyard shifts. Right. Well, that's just like, you can't be comparing those things because
it's like different.
It's so
scales.
Different. Yeah. It's completely different. And so sometimes I think what you just see though is the tangible result, but it's just not even comparable.
Yeah. Right? And I think that's another thing too, is like, I think a lot of times, like when you choose to go through more schooling or whatever it is, I think it's very easy to feel like you're falling behind because you see all your friends like starting their first jobs, like, you know, they'll get promotions before you. But I think like a lot of times, like I think I've said this before, everything starts to average out. Yeah. The people that were like very ahead at the beginning, like, you know, their promotions and all that, like it kind of starts to slow down, and like maybe you just took a different path, maybe it's a different shortcut, or like quote shortcut, you know? And so I think it's just like being present in where you're at and like making sure that you're actually enjoying that stage, because right, like I think a lot of times, like when we grew up, or at least me, it was always like, I'm over this. Like, I want to be in college. I'm over this. I want to be working already. I'm over this. Like, I want to like be promoted. And so it was never actually enjoying where I was at, and like kind of like looking for those opportunities in being young. Because I think there is a lot of advantage in like being a student or like being earlier in your career and all of that. And and I'm still early and young, so
you know, that's funny, like, because you know, like I always took advantage of being the youngest one. Well, I think because I'm not the younger one at home, like I love being the youngest, like everywhere else. I think that's why, like, I always befriended like the older kids in high school, but also I remember a classmate in college. I remember his comment, because I was like, how come you guys never like invite me to like our class hangouts? And he was like, well, you're always hanging out with the sophomores. And so it's not really intentional. I think I just like naturally gravitate towards that type of energy. But I think with that too, like that's why I find pride in like being the youngest on my team. Or like, I don't know, like I've always like really, like, you know, my very first job, I was way younger, like than the rest of my team. And even at my second job, I was way younger. But like, you know, kind of like climbing up as the youngest always made me feel accomplished.
That's so crazy. So I've never thought about it like that.
But I mean, soon, you know, that won't be like, I'll have to let that go, because I mean, the 2000s babies are like in the working force now, right? How crazy is that?
It's very gross.
But also, I think as somebody who is also very goal oriented, interestingly, very different from like what you think I would believe, something my mom has repeatedly told me, but also my boss as of lately, I've picked up on like him saying this, is just sometimes to advance, you need to take a couple steps back. Like it is just truly like the game life. And I have told you this so many times. I really think the game, like the board game life, is like real life, right? But you know, I think in the game there are certain cards where you have to take 2 steps back. Like, yeah, sometimes I think I've expressed this on the podcast, but I came from like a senior title, and then when I made my job switch, went to a coordinator, which typically in kind of like the hierarchy is like lower, right? And I felt like I was going back, and it made me feel a type of way, because at the same time when I'd go on LinkedIn, right, our friends were being promoted to like something managers, right? Like senior account managers, or like just either had a senior at their title or something manager, right? And I felt very far from that. But he was saying like just high risk, high reward is a big theme, but also sometimes you just got to take a couple steps back to jump more forward. And then my mom also said, or she does share the story of her friend's kid who did make very fast advancements in his career and just kind of got bored in his mid-30s, right? And I don't know what he's up to now, but I mean, we have our entire lives to be like jumping up. Like, of course I want to be successful earlier on, and some people's goals are to just retire at a certain age, but I think I'm like, personally, like I'm okay with like making the small jumps, because that gives us another reason to celebrate that much more. Right? Like, as opposed to like, imagine like, I mean, you know me, I love celebrations. Like, I love celebrating me. Like, you know, like instead of making that your birthday. Like instead of making that big jump, like that's also a part of life, is celebrating the little like advancements of everything. I think being someone who is so like rush, goal, like next. It's like, I think my mom, every time she reminds me of this, I'm like, oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. Like, let's just take it baby steps at a time. So and so I mean, just like in general, we've said it before, like comparison is the thief of joy, and I think this is a prime example. So I know like it's a thing to like model your career after like certain people that you admire, but don't stalk their LinkedIn every day. Like, I think it's literally detrimental. Also embarrassing if you don't have like the premium feature, because I've definitely like clicked on one girl's profile like 95 times. That's like not an exaggeration. I looked her up like every day for like 3 months. Or just keep her tab open.
I don't know. I think I just like have Julie. Look at my tabs.
Oh yeah. For a bit, it's been really good. Look, this is probably the most you've ever seen on mine. No?
Well, yeah, this is definitely the most.
I know. I get anxiety from it. Like, I feel so accomplished when I X out of it.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Is it? Don't judge me, you guys. I don't actually know how to use the feature on the Mac, and I've had a Mac now for what, like 8-9 years. I don't know how to use the multiple page features.
Oh, do you want to show you right now?
No, I don't want to use it.
Okay, awesome. And then also, what I think a major aspect of comparing at this age has been like where people are in terms of relationships. Because I don't know about you, but literally everyone in my close circle, not close circle, but like acquaintancy circle, is getting engaged. People are getting married. We have me, Ali, Joyce, like me and my roommates. We started an engagement counter. Every time I see a new engagement, I add it to the counter. And like just this year alone, there's been like 8. And mind you, they're like our age. They're like 24, 25, 26.
But you know what's crazy? I feel like we'll feel the same way when people start popping out babies.
God.
You know what I mean? Like, I think we're still in the spark of like wanting to be invited to weddings and being a part of the parties and all that. But I mean, I have heard from kind of the earlier 30s, later 20s, like, oh yeah, at one point though, it gets kind of like, oh my God, another wedding, you know? But maybe those people are just very extroverted, because I don't really foresee myself going to like that many weddings.
Dude, I like want to go to a lot of weddings, but then sometimes I like count like in my head how many people I'm like close to and like would actually be invited to the wedding. I'm like, I need to make more friends. Or like the people that are already in my life, I need to be closer to them.
Well, I mean, also because you have so much time, like they're like, I feel like you usually invite people who are close to you like at the time of the wedding.
Exactly.
Right? It's not like, I mean, I'm sure like the time, like the amount of years of friendship matters too.
Right.
But I feel like it's normally like who you're close to around the time of the wedding.
Yeah.
So, that and just what you've been saying about like everyone getting like married, I could totally see us having the same conversation about when people start having babies, like the baby shower and the, you know, the reveals and all that stuff. So,
I mean, like even for example, dude, you're in your first freaking wedding.
Yeah. Also, maybe I don't feel like I know there have been a couple weddings that I just feel like there haven't been enough in my circle though, where I feel like, oh my God, so many weddings happening.
Oh, you see, I'm like, oh my God,
yeah, for
so
you, I think
many
there
weddings
are a lot.
happening, but I'm not invited to any of them.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. It's okay. I'm just gonna take it.
Yeah. It's costly. It's really costly.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay, here's your wedding gift of X
our
amount
friends,
of money.
I know we always talk about like exchanging clothes. We're gonna soon need to start doing like a wedding outfit, like probably exchange.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh my
So if you need an
gosh.
emerald green dress.
Oh yeah, from Reformation. Because you can't wear it again.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it.
I'm thinking about it, but I had my eye on a hot pink one from them from there.
I get to.
Do you know the color I'm thinking? Like it's like a satin hot pink.
It's like
You've
almost like
definitely seen the
fuchsia.
ad.
Yeah.
So cute.
Yeah.
But anyways, yes, I am in my first wedding, and
It's a lot of money.
yeah, but I haven't experienced it yet.
Oh, okay.
Right, so I'll tell you guys like what it's about. Oh, which update, you guys, right? Didn't we talk about in one of our check-ins that we need to talk to our friends about begin the weddings? And you guys, our friends, were like straight up like, I don't want to be a bridesmaid.
Yeah.
Literally the majority of them was like, you guys, it's okay, I won't be offended, like I do not want to be a bridesmaid. And I was like, great, like problem solved.
Well, because like one of our friends, I was like, I could totally see her being like, that's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to be a bridesmaid. You know? And literally she was like, I don't want to be a bridesmaid.
Yeah.
She was the first one to be like, guys, I won't be offended because I don't want it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess her reasoning was right too. And I have to be really honest, I didn't think about this. And I still don't think it bothers me. But I could totally see like, even when like you're a bridesmaid and you're up on the, what do you call it? Like
the altar.
Yeah. Are you on the altar?
I don't know.
When you're up there, like, is that like a ranking of like your favorite friends too? Like goes like closest is the maid of honor, and then does it get like, I mean, you still made the cut, but
like
does that mean you're like
the last
yeah
one?
Does that mean you're like the fifth closest? Like you barely made the chopping block?
Oh my god,
is that what it means? Like I don't know.
Right.
And I never thought about it that way, but that's essentially what she said, right? Was like from right, like was I even chosen to be a bridesmaid to then, right, let's say you have 5 bridesmaids, but like let's say like let's just like hypothetically like I was your third, but this other friend was the 5th one standing. Like, is there a reason behind that?
Right. I just like, you see, that's the thing is like, I don't want to have to deal with like, oh, I thought I was closer to her than this. Like, I just like don't want to deal with it. Like, I genuinely don't think I'm going to have bridesmaids. I know it looks weird, but like, I don't want to have to like choose and rank. And I just think it makes for like a weird dynamic. And then also just random side note, I've been getting a lot of like, you know, actually it's not even random, but like I've been getting a lot of TikToks, right, about like wedding stuff. And so I'll just save it for future reference because you know it's going to happen eventually, hopefully. Not anytime soon. That's not a thing, but like one of the girls was like, oh, here are the biggest regrets for my wedding. And like one of the first ones that she named was like,
having bridesmaids.
Yeah, she was like, I wish I just didn't do it. There was so much drama attached with it. Right.
Oh, because we know one.
Oh,
did you ever find out more tea on that?
No.
Yeah.
You know.
Should we dig it up again?
Yeah, we
like
should.
Maybe, maybe it can surface again because it's been kind of a while.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's been separation from it.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm very curious, but you can ask. I don't want to ask.
I'm not going to, like, the direct person, but you know somebody that was a part of it.
Oh. I'm getting confused. I don't know who we're talking about.
Yeah. Was there other bridesmaid tea from another wedding?
Oh yeah, I think
Oh no. Oh yeah, you guys. There's
a lot of tea. There's like 20-year friendships ending.
Yeah,
so.
literally. So
yeah.
So adulting is that's probably a very big I mean, this is your wedding night. Like, I mean, you guys are none of us, like, we're not getting married, both of us, like, probably, not this year. But when you think about it, I feel like it would be a very stressful time.
Oh, absolutely. Dude, between you and me, we're gonna be bridezillas. Jesus, I am concerned.
You think so?
Wait. I shouldn't speak for you. I'm gonna be a bridezilla for sure.
Well, because I was thinking like there was a time when our group of friends talked about like our Pinterest boards and like how people were like saving stuff. Like, I am so stress adverse. Oh. I haven't even like, dude, I full on think I'm going to spend a solid $10,000 on just flowers. like, you know, I want there to be a lot of flowers, and it just, and then the thought of needing to choose the color palette of the flowers and what kind of flowers I want stresses me out.
Oh God.
You know, and there's just like, it's just there's so like, I don't want to deal with it until I have to, I guess.
Oh.
But I'm also like prepare. So
I'll send you every single video I've saved into my wedding talk collection.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And if you like start sending me so many of those, maybe my FYP will start being like wedding stuff.
Yeah.
So anyways, and I'm just so scared for how much money I'm gonna drop just on like not even the wedding, but the bridal stuff.
Oh God.
Like the bridal outfits.
Well, thank you, because you got everyone in our group a Lululemon belt bag, and I was like, oh my God.
Well, you know, I just feel like through and through, just I'm a gifts person, and. Given that we're so many of us and we don't even do birthday presents anymore, I think that is a very reasonable gift celebrating our friendship anniversary. And so yeah, we can all match now. But yeah, talking about friendships, I think a part of adulting is just friendships. I don't know what to say about it. It's just a part of adulting. I think like we all have different schedules. I think we all at this point have developed different interests, and regardless of how long we've been friends for, just using us as an example, like there are going to be other friends that you meet down the road. Like there are going to be friends who are going to like willingly and want to come boxing with me, right? Or there are going to be friends who know like all the artists that you listen to, right? Like, and I'm sure we'll naturally gravitate towards that, but it's about. You guys, I just feel like whenever we talk about friends, it's we always end up at balance, but it's just about like finding that good balance to like wanting. I mean, you gotta want to hang out with them.
Oh yeah.
Like we've mentioned before, like sure, you graduate some friends off into
okay,
not even into, just graduate some friends off.
Yeah.
But I think it's about bringing in the energy as well, like identifying your energy and the friend's energy. Do your energies like mesh well together? Like, do you feel energized? Like, are you drained, right? Like when you're with a friend, or are you having a good time when you guys are with each other, but also finding that time to hang out with each other.
Right. Because I think like a big thing that has been like going on within our friend group at large has just been like, we've been friends for so long. It's like when guys get comfortable in a relationship, they stop trying. I think same thing with friendships. Like when you're so comfortable, you're like, oh, like this person, like we'll always be friends. And so you end up like, dude, it had been like 3-4 months since I talked to any of you guys. And you guys are like, quote, my closest friends. And so, I mean, I completely agree. It's about the willingness and like the want to be active in the friendship. And then I also think like another point is that I think our group is unique in that we don't connect upon interests. I think a lot of like friendships develop because like you like the same artists, you like the same like food, or like there's an activity almost attached. But I think like because our friendship is quote deeper. So hard. I don't even want to say quote deeper, but it's deeper in that like we all
the PPP. Bring it back. What did it stand for?
Praise. Oh, sorry. Wait, I did it the wrong order.
It was puberty first. Praise and partying.
And so it's deeper. Like we met at church. And so I think like automatically like, dude, we've experienced so much together.
And I guess I didn't realize, but the fact that we were a bit distant the past couple months, even though we're close and I know I can talk about whatever with you guys, it like kind of did the reverse in allowing me to not be as vulnerable when the goal a lot of last year was to try to be more vulnerable just as a person. And I straight up, I know I said it, and I know like we're taking our own measures and trying to stay close knit, but I literally forgot you guys, like how one of our friends looked like, or like when she had sent a video, I was like staring at the face, like,
oh my god,
like I need to take in her face.
And then video as in like, so we have our like Instagram group chat, right? But then now a couple of people in our group, including Julie, have deleted.
Third of us.
Like you guys have deleted Instagram. That is how we used to communicate, right? We would send videos. Like minutes long videos in this group chat.
And also it would like chop off because it already would divide into like 5 separate videos. And then honestly, we were sending so many videos. I think Instagram was getting so confused. It would show me like videos from like
months
ago that I've never seen.
Yeah.
And it would just glitch.
Yeah, and so that's how we kept in touch. But like when a couple people started to drop off, it was like, okay, like it's almost like I don't want to update if it's not with everyone, right? We don't want to tell the same story 5 times. Yeah. Which I think we've learned now. And so we downloaded Marco Polo, and so we've been sending videos in there, and I actually feel a lot closer to you guys because I think a part of like, you know, not being vulnerable and like not talking all the time, it's like everything else, this is about practice, right? Like you have to be in the practice of sharing, even like the small things. And so
or like candid thoughts. I think something I'm really bad at is sharing my candid thoughts. Like I'll just think it to myself, but I won't say it.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Like just like for example, like, you know, my boyfriend was like, oh, why don't you like compliment me, right? Oh, just like why do you never like compliment me? And you know, I'm not a very big like, I don't know. I just put a lot of like weight into like the things that I say when I like compliment something or say like that I really like something and like I genuinely mean it, right? Yeah. And so in my head I'll think like, oh, his hair looks nice today, but I won't like really say it. Like I'll see him, like the first time I'll see him, and I'll just like, his hair looks like in my head, but I won't say these things. And so then to him it's like we'll go like months maybe, right? With me not having like complimented him. Right. But that's just kind of like a drastic example. But yeah, like when I see our friends thinking, oh, like, I don't know, Julia's lips look very plump today. Or right, like Hannah's like eyelashes look really long and like curly today. I have these candid thoughts that I think could make people, they don't make people's days, but like I think, like for example, I feel like you are really good at like sharing these thoughts, right? And I think that, I just need to be better at sharing these thoughts. Yeah. I just keep to myself all the time. I'm getting really hot. I think I need to pee.
Okay.
But
okay, then you know, we're done, guys.
Yeah, because I need to pee and I'm sweating because
also, to end on that note, I think adulting is hard because I feel my body deteriorating. I'm very sensitive to pee, poop, burping, just bloating.
God. Yeah, bloating. I think it's been pretty bad. Yeah. Yeah, the poop cycle. Oops. Yeah.
The poop cycle.
Okay. Has been kind of disturbed. But for sure.
Yeah. So stretch. Take care of your bodies.
Take care of your bodies. I've started to take Flow gummies. Oh. Both the PMS one and the fiber gummies.
Oh, nice.
And I feel like my body is very resistant to these like gummies. Because remember when I used to take the vitamin D pills and I stopped because it was making me constipated? Yeah. But I feel that with the fiber gummies. But I hope that like it's only been a couple days, so maybe I'll take it for about a week and then I'll like get used to it. But on the flip side, I don't know if I also went to my mom's and got some Pimps Popped, but
Pimps Popped?
Yeah, Pimps Popped.
Just getting pimped out.
But the PMS gummies are supposed to help with like, you know, bumps on your face and acne, but I don't really see it in effect yet. But they did say you have to take 2 cycles of it first before you see results.
I see. Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us.
Yes.
Just keep going. We love you guys.
Yeah, just keep swimming.
Yeah. And you guys can actually let me change up the wording here.
Okay. You can, not you can, it's give us.
Okay. Yeah.
Give us a 5-star
review on Spotify and or Apple Podcasts. Do both, actually. Yeah, do both. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Yeah. You guys can see all the video podcasts. Like, how fun is that? Yeah. Also, I want to hit 1,000 subs, so let's do that.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Right now, I think we're at like 700 something, and so
okay.
Yeah, and so we're almost there.
Okay.
Yeah, and then
let's go 700.
Yeah. Keep following us on TikTok. It's bulgogi.podcast on Instagram. Bulgogi Podcast, and Twitter, which honestly I have not really kept up with. It's Bulgogi Podcast. There's no period in the middle, but like follow that as well.
Yeah.
Tweet at us.
Like,
maybe I'll be more active.
Yeah. You know? Someday we will.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You never know.
And then check out my Instagram. It's linked on our podcast Instagram. Just go click that.
Yeah. And you can follow me on TikTok, even though I haven't been really making videos. Maybe I'll make a statement again. Because I feel like the reason I really got into it was because I wanted to feel like, I wanted you guys to hold me accountable. Right. Maybe I do have a lot of videos. Drafted. This is the issue is I have so many video clips that it's like overwhelming that I haven't been making it.
Yeah. When they start to build up.
Yeah. So many just like literally 3-4 second clips on my phone. It's nasty how many video clips I have. Yeah. But you can follow me on BEJULIFIED on TikTok.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Ooh.
and bye.